Okay, so this is a quick demo of the Jerguson 360 valve. I'm just going to go through some of the features and benefits real quick, just so this is available for everyone, so they have that information. As you can see on the top of the valve here, we have this color-coded ring, and then along with the handle, there's this little arrow at the end of the handle, and that points to the direction of the valve. That points to the condition the valve is in. When this arrow's pointing to green, this is in the run position. The gauge has already been commissioned, it's already in service, it's running. So if the glass on the gauge breaks, if there's an issue that's rushing process fluid into the gauge, the ball check inside the valve will seat. We'll go into some detail on that later. When you're commissioning the valve, you put the arrow in the yellow section, which is the bypass mode. What this does is this isolates the ball check valve so the ball check does not seat during commissioning. If you have any experience with traditional ball check valves, commissioning the gauge or commissioning the valves can be a delicate process. You have to open the valve a quarter turn, slowly wait for the fluid level to rise in the gauge, then when it equalizes with the tank, then you have to open the valve all the way to allow the ball check to seat if there's an upset condition. If you don't open the valve a quarter turn, if you just open it all the way, the ball check seats. And then if you don't open the valve all the way when it's done commissioning, the ball check won't seat if there's an issue. So it's kind of a back and forth process, and if you miss one of those steps, nothing ever works right. The 360 valve solves that problem. When you want to commission the valve, you put it in bypass mode, you let the gauge fill up. When you're ready to run, you put it in run. It's that simple. We just commissioned it. Obviously in the red, that's closed. You can go either way, up or down, it doesn't matter. You can spin the whole thing around any way you want to do it. So from a commissioning standpoint, it's much easier than a traditional ball check valve. From a visual standpoint, it's much easier. You can obviously see on this video if the valve is open or closed. You're not trying to look at threads on a stem. Like traditional ball check valves, we have a union process connection. We can do union or non-union gauge connections. We have a vent or drain connection. This valve also has a clean out port here. If there's thick or dirty substances in the valve, you can flush it out through here. That's an added feature above traditional ball check valves. And then a little more detail on the internals. I hope we can see those. This is just a cutaway of the ball, just so you can see inside of it. There's a ball check in there. This is a picture of what the run side of the ball looks like. There's a ball check inside of there. And if the glass breaks, that ball check seats against the edge of the ball to seal the valve. And on the bypass side, there's a little bar in there that prevents the ball check from seating. That's why the ball check doesn't seat in bypass mode. Last feature to talk about here, we have a lockout tag out. In any one of the positions, we have this little pin on the handle so you can lock it out if you're doing maintenance or whatever. Put a padlock right on there. That ensures the valve can't be changed position until that lock is removed. That's really the quick overview of the 360 valve. We have a more in-depth video on our website, on our YouTube page. Please check that out for more information. Obviously, have any questions, please reach out to Jerguson Applications Engineering.